Lesson 10, adding and subtracting real numbers. When we add and subtract fractions and decimals, we need to rewrite the problem as addition only. And then you're going to group like terms. So add up all the ones that are positive on one side, all the ones that are negative on the other side. That's what it means when to add terms with like signs, and then add terms with unlike signs. Or you can just add and subtract from left to right, whichever way you prefer. So if we look at the example here, they're changing everything to an addition problem. So the one on the left, everything is changed to an addition problem. So here, this is the original problem, negative 1/5 plus 3/5 minus 2/5 minus a negative 4/5. If we were to change every sign to addition, it would be a negative 1/5 plus 3/5 plus a negative 2/5 plus a positive 4/5. When you're subtracting, you're really adding the opposite. Okay? And then you can see they are rearranging in the third step. So they put all the negatives to the left, all the positive numbers to the right, and then you combine like terms. And you end up with the answer of 4/5. Or you can just go from left to right like they did over here and solved it. So negative 1/5 plus 3/5 is 2/5. 2/5 minus 2/5 is 0. 0 minus a negative 4/5 is 4/5. So let's take a look at an example here. We got 4/9 plus 2/9 minus 5/9. Here I would just add straight across, add and subtract straight across. So 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 minus 5 is 1. The denominator stays the same, so you would end up with 1/9. This next one is the same thing, but just with decimals. Do the same thing. If you want to change all the subtraction problems to addition, you may do that, or you can just add and subtract from left to right. In this example that's done for you, they changed everything to addition. So let's take a look at an example. 16.21 plus minus 21.54 plus 12.72. For this one, I will just add my two positive numbers first. So I'm going to add 16.21 plus 12.72. When I add those together, I get 3, get 9, 8, I get 28.93. So now if I take my 28.93, now I can subtract my 21.54 and get my answer from there. So I cannot take 4 away from 3, so I need to borrow from the 8. Get 10 singles, so now I have 13 minus 4, which gives me 9. 8 minus 5 is 3 decimal points. 8 minus 1, 28 minus 21 is 7. So I would end up with an answer of 7.39. Take a look at ordering rational numbers. Remember, all rational numbers are fractions, and they are also decimals that come to an end or they repeat. So here I have 7/8, which is almost 1. I have negative 2, I have 0.125, and I have half. So if I want to order these, let's say order these from smallest to largest, I would have the smallest number, my negatives. So I have a negative 2. And now I have to determine is 7/8 is more than half. Half is 0.5. So 7/8 is more than 0.5. So that's going to be my biggest number. So now 0.125 is less than half. So 0.125 would be my next number. That would give us half, and our last number would be 7/8. You could also put them as all as decimals to make it easier. That is totally up to you. But always, if you think about where the fractions are as a decimal in your head, you can determine are they more than half, less than half, or equal to half. Next one, I have 3/4, which is 0.75. I have negative 1, I have 0.85, and I have 5/8. 5/8 is more than half, so I got to figure out what would that be as a decimal. That would be 0.625. which is less than 0.85, which is also less than 0.75. So if I were to order this from smallest to largest, smallest number would be -1, then it would be 5/8, then it would be 3/4, and then it would be 0.85. Next one, comparing rational expressions. Here we are going to do the same thing, adding and subtracting fractions and decimals, and then use a comparison symbol. 7/8 minus 5/8 is 2/8. 2/8 minus 1/8 is 1/8. This side I have -2.75 plus 6.25 minus 3.75. So a -2.75 plus 6.25 equals 3.5 minus a negative 3.75. That gives us an answer of -0.25 or -1/4. So which one is bigger? 1/8 is actually bigger than a -0.25. So we would have greater than symbol. The next one, 3.2 plus a -2.8 minus 5.2 gives us an answer of a -4.8. The other side, I have 7/12 minus 5/12, which is 2/12. 2/12 minus 11/12 would be a -9/12. So now we have to determine which is greater than. So a -9 divided by 12 would give you a -0.75. So a -4.8 is actually less than a -0.75. Now let's get through an application problem. Carly invested $250 in 2 accounts. The table below shows the ending balance per quarter. Which investment grew more? So in order for us to answer the question, we need to go from where they started to where they ended. So if they both start at $250, we take their final of the 4th quarter and we subtract 250 from it. So investment A, they ended up with $262.99. If I subtract the $250 that they invested, you end up with $12.99. And B had $290.07 to end with. Subtract the $250, they end up with $40.07. So which investment grew more? It'd be investment B. And the last application problem. Jonah ran a race in 32.68 seconds. Jared finished 1.92 seconds before Jonah. Gail finished 3.01 seconds after Jonah. How many seconds did it take Gail to run the race? Well, I want to look at Gail. How long did it take him to do it? So we already know that Jonah ran 32.68 seconds. And Gail finished 3.01 seconds after Jonah. So Jonah was slower. So if I take Jonah's time, so 32.68, and if it was slower, that means his time goes up. So I have to add 3.01 seconds to his time. And I would get 1 plus 8 is 9, 6 plus 0 is 6. So it would be 35.68 seconds.